1992, in Bogotá, Colombia, drug baron Don Luis Sandoval sends his enforcer Marco and a gang of armed men to kill his associate Fabio Restrepo and his family because Fabio has defied him by trying to leave his criminal life behind. Fabio gives his 9-year-old daughter, Catalia, a smart media computer memory card loaded with information on Don Luis' business and tells her it's her passport. He also gives her the address of her uncle Emilio in Chicago, who will take care of her. Finally, he leaves her with her mother's Catalia orchid necklace. After Fabio and his wife Alicia are gunned down, Catalia scoops through a window and onto a ledge. Apparently her parents taught her skills to survive in case something like this happened. She runs off to escape while Marco's cartel goons give chase. Despite having parkour runners, men on motorcycles and in cars, Catalia eludes them by escaping into the sewers. She opens a manhole cover and heads to the U.S. Embassy where she is sent to an agent who asks about her father. Catalia says he is dead. The man asks if her dad had something, and Catalia quick forces herself to throw up and gives him the microchip. It has the records of all Don Luis's activities. The agent looks at her in shock and asks if she realizes what she had. "My passport," Catalia says. In exchange for the chip, they get her out of the country and papers. An American CIA agent is escorting her to Miami. Catalia asks to go to the bathroom and escapes through the window. She gets a bus ticket to Chicago, where her father told her to go. She heads for a seedy neighborhood and asks for Emilio. The man Emilio, Cliff Curtis, is Fabio's brother and her uncle. When Emilio sees her, he is overcome and hugs her. Catalia is finally able to let go, and cries in her uncle's arms. The next morning, she wakes up in her uncle's apartment and comes down to breakfast. Her grandmother is there who makes her breakfast. Catalia asks about whose room she slept in. Emilio looks sad and says it was his son's room and he is dead. Emilio asks her about a drawing she did and she says she used to want to be like Xena but not anymore. Emilio asks what she wants now. To be a killer. "Will you help me?" says Catalia. Emilio replies sure. 15 years later in 2007, a grown Catalia has become an accomplished assassin. Emilio serves as her broker, providing her with contracts. With each murder she commits, she leaves her signature, the Catalia flower, hoping to one day attract the attention of Don Luis so she can take her revenge. When Emilio finds out about Catalia's intentions and that she has been targeting men connected to the Don, he begs her to stop to avoid endangering the lives of his own family, but she refuses and they have a falling out. While she is spending the night with her American boyfriend, Danny Delany, he takes a photo of her sleeping and then shows it to a friend, who then decides to run a background check on Catalia. Meanwhile, FBI agent James Ross is working to identify the killer behind more than 20 unsolved murders, all of which have Catalia orchids left behind. He gets a pin on Catalia's photo from the background check and orders her arrest, but Catalia escapes and reaches out to Emilio, only to find him and his family brutally slaughtered. She then confronts Ross at his home and threatens his wife and children, forcing him to reach out to CIA agent Steve Richard, who she knows is sheltering Don Luis from the law in exchange for his cooperation with American authorities. After she makes it clear to Richard that she knows where to find his family, he gives her the Don's location. Meanwhile, Don Luis learns that Catalia is still alive and organizes his men to kill her, but she ambushes them first and wipes out the entire gang. She also confronts and kills Marco before Don Luis flees and swears revenge. Catalia, having planted her specially trained attack dogs in his escape vehicle, orders them to tear the Don to pieces. Danny is last seen being interrogated by Ross, but as the agent steps outside, Catalia calls him from a payphone before escaping on a bus.
Please subscribe for more movie